You are listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragonball and Video Game Podcast.
It is your boy coming back at you once again, Studio MacGyver, and you're listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragonball and Video Game Podcast. Now, today I want to get into a couple things. One of them being video games and what 5 video games do you want to play in the foreseeable future? And when I say that, I mean the first quarter of 2017. And also, we're going to get into Dragon Ball fights. What are some of your favorite Dragon Ball fights? I have 7 that I feel I need to talk about. There are a lot, but I did some research and I did some thinking and I came up with my top 7. So I'm going to get into that a little later. But first off, we're going to get into these video games because it's a very, very good time to be a PS4 owner, a video game owner, period, a console owner in general. Very good times right now. I'm going to get into 5 games that I would like to play, and these are in no particular order. These are just 5 games right now that are coming out in the first quarter, and I need to play these. I'm going to go with Gravity Rush 2. That one comes out the soonest. And that one is going to get played. I've been looking at this game for a while. I've actually got my hands on a demo, a very short demo, and just enough to whet my appetite. I think I spoke about this on an earlier podcast. It looks interesting. I didn't get a chance to play the first one. I needed to see how this game felt. And playing the demo, it felt good. It felt like it's something that I could see myself playing. The art style, the graphics, the flow of the game looked stunning to me. So that is going to be one on my list that I'm going to touch down with. Another one that I'm looking forward to playing is Neo. Now, if you guys don't know what Neo is kind of one of those survival horror action games. Think of Dark Souls mixed in with a little bit of Ninja Gaiden from Team Ninja, because that's who is actually developing the game. Yeah, crazy, right? Well, if you guys didn't know, maybe a few months back, they actually had a beta or a demo. It was a timed demo. I hate those. I really do. But it was a timed demo, and basically they gave you a chance to get a feel for this game. And it is hard as a motherfucker too. Don't get it twisted. I went out there and I got handled. It's definitely something you have to have patience for. Like I said, if you like Dark Souls and that series from Software, you will probably love this game. I found myself loving this game. As hard as it fucking was, and as frustrating as it was at times, man, I still had a good time playing it. If it wasn't for that fucking time demo, I probably would have got past the first boss. He was frustrating as hell. It also gives you, like from Software games, the ability to summon other players. Yeah. So, and trust me, you're probably going to need that. A lot of us are going to need that. Just like I did in Bloodborne. Oh my God. I had a friend hold my hand like I was a small child and walk me through that entire fucking game. It was one of the greatest times of my life, but I needed that help. And in this game here, probably going to need the same. But I am looking forward to playing it, so yeah. Next up is Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, this game here, I can't wait to play this one. I've been watching this one for a minute. E3 video had me from hello. So I'm fully invested and can't wait to play this game. This is something that I've never quite seen before as far as the backdrop and the story and the themes. Usually when you think prehistoric times, you think prehistoric animals and, you think mammals, flesh and blood. But this is completely different. They took a concept and completely turned it on its ear. I mean, smart move by these guys. Graphics look amazing. I love action, adventure, open world games like that. Third person, love it. So I'm gonna be watching this one. I'm gonna be licking my chops when this one comes out, and it's right around the corner. So I can't wait to play it. The next game is Square Enix. I spoke briefly on this game, but didn't name the title on an earlier podcast. But I'm going to name it today. It is Nier Automata. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. And it's actually a follow-up game to another PS3 title that came out before. Now, I didn't have a chance to play that. All I heard was it was a sequel, or not even that. It was another Square Enix game set in the same universe with different characters and a different story. So you play an android, a female android by the name of 2B. And you basically are in this world. It looks kind of dark and gritty, and basically it's full of other robots and androids trying to stop you. That's pretty much all I gathered from it at first. I have played the demo, and I love the demo. They gave you just enough. They didn't do me dirty like I felt that Gravity Rush 2 did. Gravity Rush 2 gave you literally 2 teaspoons of love, and that's it. But this game here, they gave you a nice little chunk of content to get you ready for what you're going to be playing. I expect big things for this game. Definitely something I want to play. Definitely something you guys should check out if it's not on your radar. Okay, now this game right here, ooh wee. I don't want to say I saved the best for last, but I'll let you be the judge of that. This game here is Mass Effect. Yes, Mass Effect, the new Mass Effect game. And I cannot wait to play this. I've played all the other Mass Effect games, and I can't wait to sink my teeth into this one. This one's supposed to be set years and years and years into the future. I don't know too much about this game. All I do know is I'm going to play it. Anything Mass Effect, yes. So when this game drops, coming in March, I want to say March 17th, it's going down. It's definitely going down. The only problem I have right now with all these games coming out is, when am I going to have the time to play all of this shit? That's the only thing that frustrates me. Somebody who loves playing games, but hardly ever has time to do it, especially now that I'm trying to do extra shit. You know what I mean? Like the podcast, the YouTube channel, all of that stuff, man, which I love doing. Don't get me wrong. But man, time is really on short supply, man. I mean, like I said, I work a full-time job, so it's very, very crucial that I set aside a decent schedule for myself so I can get in there and I can get some gameplay in. And I don't mean like just, oh, let me go play for 45 minutes to an hour. No. I need to sit down at least for a couple hours at a time if I'm going to be playing something. You gamers know what I'm talking about. You know how I feel. So I shouldn't have to even explain that. Bottom line. But trust me, I'll make time. I am a gamer and I will make time. You can best believe that. there are a couple of honorable mentions as well. Okay, first honorable mention is Yakuza 0 from Sega. Now, I've always been interested in this franchise. I just never got a chance to really get into it. I don't know what was going on at the time, but it was one of those games where you always said you wanted to play and you were going to play, and then time went by and you realized that you never got a chance to play it. That was this kind of game. And me being a fan of Sega, I always told myself eventually I'm going to get my hands on it. So what better way to get my hands on this one? This is supposed to be a prequel to all the other ones, so anybody can pick up and play this one. Um, and I think I'll do that. This is a pretty good one for an honorable mention, so that's why I got it on this list. And the number 2 honorable mention I have on this list is one that I've been pondering about for a while now with some friends and by myself actually. It's a game called For Honor, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about this game, have seen gameplay, and it looks pretty interesting. It really does. It's pretty much a multiplayer game, and instead of using guns like most people use, everybody is using their weapons. So basically, whoever has the best skill is probably going to end up coming out victorious. Now, the only thing that worries me about this game is the fact that it is a Ubisoft game. Yes, if you don't know about Ubisoft's reputation, it's a shaky one. Just do some research and you'll find all the answers you need. The Division. Excuse me. Yeah. But anyway, it looks good. Supposedly there's a beta coming out any day now. Hopefully I get a chance to play that and taste it, get a little taste, and see where it's going to take me. I know I got a couple friends that want to play this game and that say that they're going to get the game and ready for the game. I'm just worried about the longevity of this game. If it has enough content to keep everybody, busy and into it past, a few weeks. We'll find out though. We will find out. But Ubisoft, uh, they're a little shaky with me. So I don't know. Maybe I can get my hands on like a red box copy or something like that. Because I don't want to just go all in for a couple days and next thing I know I'm like, oh, that's it. It kind of dried out on me. Nah. So this one's a wait and see, and I put this one on the honorable mention list because it is something I am interested in playing. I just don't know if it's going to live up to the hype that it's getting right now. Looks good now, but we'll see. It's kind of like that chick you pick up at the bar. You've had a few drinks. She looks pretty good right now. When you get her to the crib, you lay her down, and then the morning comes and you finally see what you took to the house. Now that I hope that's not the case, but we shall see. We definitely shall see. On that note, that's going to be it for the gaming segment. I guess it's time to delve into something I like to call Dragon Ball talk. Yes, sir. So let's get into it. Okay, here we go. My top 7 Dragon Ball fights of all time, in my opinion. Keep in mind, folks, it's just my opinion. I'm sure everybody has different ones in mind, but these are mine. So let's go. All right, number 7. Super Vegeta versus Imperfect Cell. Now, Vegeta, as you guys know, is one of my top 3 all-time favorite characters. My favorite Vegeta form, he's his regular early form. He's his Super Saiyan form. Then you have Super Saiyan 2, and so on and so forth. My favorite is Super Vegeta. That's the form where he basically he's like Super Saiyan 1.5. He's extra bulky. He's a little slower. It makes that form makes him slow, a little slower, but he's super powerful. And he fought Imperfect Cell in that form and beat the shit out of his ass. He got his ass handled. Imperfect Cell got his ass handled in a way I've never seen a cartoon character get handled before. I'm just playing. But he did get his ass handled. Scuffed up, drugged through the mud, whatever you want to call it. And rightfully so. But yes, it was a dope fight. One of my favorite times. Of course, Vegeta's full of himself and he's got a big head and this and this and that, and could have ended the whole thing. But he had to let him transform so he could test his real power. Just like a Saiyan. Just like a Saiyan. But that's what makes Dragon Ball great, and that's why I love it. So there you have it, number 7. Okay, now number 6, Vegeta versus Zarbon. First and second fight. I lumped these together in one fight because technically, in my opinion, that's what it was. This one made number 6 because Vegeta is just a beast. He is the man. And basically, Toriyama was showing everybody that, look, this is the evolution of what a Saiyan is and what a Saiyan could be. They're not even humans. I don't consider Saiyans humans. I consider them like aliens because that's technically what they are. They learn at an accelerated rate and their power rises in the same fashion. So basically, Toriyama was telling everybody, okay, if you lose a battle, they always come back stronger from that previous battle. He's shown us this time and time again from the first time Vegeta fought Goku, and now they're on Namek, and Zarbon did the same thing. So Zarbon got in his ass, and he got handled that first fight. He healed up, came back, and basically took his ass out to pasture on the next meeting. So, I mean, killed his ass. I don't know any better way to explain it, but it just goes to show you that don't fuck with those Saiyans. Okay, number 5, Nappa versus the Z Fighters. And Z Fighters, I mean, you got Tien, you got Piccolo, you got Gohan, and you got Krillin. Yamcha is not included because he got his ass murked by those Sabanmen. Yes, he got handled by a Sabanman. But that's Yamcha for your ass. Sorry, Yamcha fans, but hey, it is what it is. This made number 5 because it magnified the importance of what was actually about to happen when the Saiyans actually touched down. Everybody thought they were ready, they had their shit together, and when them Saiyans touched down, no, they finally realized that they are completely over their head and they were just trying to make it. They were just trying to survive and get up out of there, man. There were a couple close calls. I mean, Tien could have killed Nappa. They also had a chance to probably take him out the game when Gohan had an opportunity, but he got shook and he wasn't ready mentally and he couldn't finish it. So everybody paid the price for that one. But yeah, Tien Shinhan, he had his ass, man, with that Neo Tri-Beam, one of my favorite moves in the whole series. That's a whole other conversation, and we will eventually get to it on another episode. But if he didn't move at the last second, he probably would have been in the next dimension for sure. I mean, you saw what it did to his armor. It fucked his armor up. Before that, nobody could lay a finger on him. But he fucked that armor up if he didn't do anything else. I'll give him that. My boy Tien. All right, number 4. Tien Shinhan versus Master Roshi, a.k.a. Jackie Chun. from Dragon Ball. I keep telling you guys, Dragon Ball had some of the best fights, in my opinion, in the series. Yes, it wasn't all glitz and glamour and blowing up planets and all of that, but that was part of the appeal to me. It was during the tournament, the 22nd martial arts tournament, and like I said, there are so many dope characters in Dragon Ball, and we will get into that later, I promise. But this fight was so dope. It was one of the best fights, and all I'm gonna say is Google it. If you guys haven't seen these fights, I'm telling you, you guys need to watch them. You guys need to watch Dragon Ball if you haven't seen it. But you'll understand what I mean when you watch this fight. Tien's third eye actually has use, but it really doesn't get any use in Dragon Ball Z. If it would have carried over from Dragon Ball, then we might be talking about some different shit here. Tien's third eye had the ability to duplicate what it saw. He saw the Kamehameha being used one time. That third eye basically recorded that technique, and then he was able to use it. Just like that. Now imagine if that was carried over into Dragon Ball Z and he could duplicate other techniques, which he's supposed to be able to do. Yeah, we're talking about you fucking with a monster right now. Exactly. But we'll get into that later, because I am going to do a show dedicated to Tien Shinhan. Basically, I'm going to do a show dedicated to my top 3, and we'll definitely get into that. Anyway, we'll go to number 3 next. Number 3 is 17 versus Piccolo. Yeah, man, this fight deserves more credit. It really does. All you Piccolo fans out there, yo. It was just a dope fight, man. I mean, they were going at it. Piccolo is a G. Piccolo is that boy. Piccolo is that Namek. You know what I'm saying? Don't cross him, because he will handle you. But anyway, I'm sure you all know about this fight. I'm sure most of you have seen this fight. And if you haven't seen it in a while, go check it out again. You'll thank me for it. Number 2, Tien Shinhan versus Goku in the 22nd martial arts tournament in Dragon Ball. Yes, a lot of people don't know. Tien actually won the 22nd martial arts tournament. He's won a tournament. He has a championship tournament belt hanging up somewhere under that waterfall he trains under so goddamn much. At one point, Tien was like the top fighter. He was actually training to become an assassin when he met Goku. He was an evil bastard at one point in time. He had his own arc and everything. You had the Frieza arc, you had the Vegeta arc, you had the Cell arc. Yes, Tien had his own arc too in Dragon Ball. Yeah, that's why I love him so much. He's a dope character. He really is. But that fight, man, they pulled out all the stops. He used something called the Four Witch technique, which basically meant growing arms out of his back, like a doppelganger of sorts. And he also saw the Neo Tri-Beam for the first time, and it was epic. He put a fucking swimming pool, deep sea jacuzzi swimming pool, in the fucking tournament ring. That's what he turned it into. Yeah, it was dope. It was really dope. They were neck and neck for most of the fight until the very end, and he won. And there you have it, guys. My top 7 fights, moments. Well, no, I'm not going to say moments, just fights, because moments are a little bit different. Those are my top fights, my top 7 in Dragon Ball. Thank you guys for listening. Like always, if you have questions, if you have comments, hit me at Studio MacGyver on Twitter, and we can get it in. I just want to thank all my listeners once again for listening and supporting me. I will continue to do this as long as you continue to listen, and because I just have mad love for Dragon Ball, and mad love for video gaming. So see you next time.